So this is like, I definitely would love to see how they forward the lore. Also, in the trailer, it seems like that Isaac Clarke is actually talking back to the characters on screen, which is actually very good because in the first game, you were a silent protagonist.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellyan responding to your distress call.
Isaac Clarke.
What have you got, Isaac?
Half the Ishimura's
His suit
in the
looks
red.
different, a
Engines,
little different too.
hull, the trams.
Can you handle
A
it
lot
alone?
crispier. Ooh.
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan.
Oh, it looks like he
Medical
just
is
puts together a
overwhelmed.
classic player
We
instead of
need
just
help.
finding it. I always love that you just steal off on somebody like that. Yeah, Kanai looks absolutely amazing. Force gun looks nasty. And then there's the Leviathan and food processing.
Toxic hazard detected. Make us one.
Make us one. Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clarke. With or without you.
Isaac, it's me. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Nicole?
All right, that's very, very, very cool. January 27th. And it's also like, so it looks initially like, so when you first come onto the Ishimura, the happenings with the marker, the necromorphs taking out the crew, it quite literally like just ended. Like there's nobody around. Majority, like 98% of the crew is dead or turned. It looks like you actually get to talk to at least some of the survivors, because realistically in the first one you really didn't get to talk to anything except for Kine, Mercer, the doctors, majority, right?
Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
Can you handle it alone?
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
And it looks like you're figuring out all the problems that you need to do right off the rip. It's not any cascading issues that you have to deal with. It's okay, so you have to start up the engines because we have like tons and tons of rock hanging off our butts. Then, oh, ADS cannons aren't working. We need to get those calibrated so we won't get bombarded by the asteroids when we go through the belt. Leviathan is poisoning the air supply. Go take care of that. And right here, it looks like you're actually in his own. He's an engineer, so I definitely can imagine him putting together something to defend himself with. Because initially, when the start of the game is when you're in the waiting room, you get attacked by necromorphs. Isaac runs, gets separated from the crew. I can definitely see that. It's a whole bunch of like lens flares and stuff like that.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is
And it's definently
overwhelmed.
on
We need
PC. It's going to be very intensive with like was it occlusion as well as clouds around you. I think it's called volumetric clouds or something like that. Yes, it has a very cool metallic look, as it should. It's you're aboard a mining vessel. Everything should have a cold, dingy, metallic look to it, because this is the first. Ooh, sorry about that. Oh, thank you for resubscribing, Kyler. Thank you there. Really do appreciate that. This is the very first mining vessel, so it should absolutely have a lived-in, dingy, grimy look to it. Yes. Thank you so much.
help.
And all right, so look at these necromorphs. I want the game to be, yes, it's absolutely gorgeous. I want the game to be dark, but not like Doom Xbox dark. First games got, I think my first game, like for the 360, I think it was Arkham Asylum, I want to say. And also you actually can see how they're transforming. It's part of their legs are broken apart. You can see their actual human hands reaching out from their abdomen right here. Yeah, it was really fire. Gives Necromorphs a whole bunch of a lot more gooey stuff to them, but as well as they're basically reanimated dead bodies, so they should look pale, especially because the skin is being stretched and pulled everywhere on the body to make it more aggressive.
Entering vacuum.
So like I was saying, like I want it to be dark. I want it to be dark, and I want to like the flashlight on your weapons to be useful. Because yes, when you get into the ship, majority of places are still well lit, but I want there to be areas where like, oh, I need my flashlight to look around. I need my flashlight to see when necromorphs are like off in the distance. I want to be jumped. I want to be jump scared, because I feel like the flashlight was kind of just added on, because even like the dark areas, quote unquote, you can still see perfectly fine. The faces don't look that gruesome, but then again, it's like it's just on your ordinary slasher. I can imagine like the leapers, the babies, the pregnant, as well as maybe the infectors, or the ones that have the lungs on the outside of their body infecting food processing. And this looks like you're flying through food processing right now. This is, I love what they're doing with the force gun. This is so much particle effects taken with the force gun right here. It looks absolutely beautiful. Flamethrower was kind of mid. I really didn't. I never really used more free floaty. Okay, yes, it's in. It was more free floaty in Dead Space 2. You're able to move around a whole lot more freely in Dead Space 2 than Dead Space 1. In Dead Space 1, you quite literally jumped from wall to wall. It was very more, let's say, very more segmented. You really didn't get that much feel like you're in zero gravity except for stuff floating around you. And the whole, and this is very, very cool. So Isaac's get off me attacks, where was it? I love Isaac's get off me attacks. Just swing around and just come down, get off me. Love that. Is a beefy punch, which as it should be, because come on now, is in the first game, I felt like kind of like the majority of the games, your punch was kind of like but the stomp that you have, you can break apart limbs, like full on bodies that just passed away. You can literally separate like their legs from their body with just one stomp. Like, you have a beefy stomp, you should have a beefy punch to back it up. I can see a whole lot of quality of life stuff that they brought from 2, as well as 3 as well. 3 had some good respects about it as well.
Toxic hazard detected.
So it's absolutely phenomenal.
Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark.
Yeah, I want them to
With
delve more into the insanity aspect of it, because in the first game it was kind of hinted on. It was really like, well, not, it was very much implied, but in the second game it really denotes that no, the marker has a dementia field around it. Anybody who comes near it will eventually go crazy. And also, it states that if you happen to be, I would say, more intelligent, the marker will start regularly beaming symbols into your head, wanting you to decipher it more, to spread the signal more. The second game has more insanity. The second game, if it's anything like this, absolutely has to. It will most likely be. But I only can imagine how if they redo the trilogy all over again, like we'll do Dead Space 3 all over again, and we'll even pay attention to the first trilogy. I hope so too. If this is any inclination, I really, really hope that they redo the trilogy. Yes, you have to do the insanity a whole lot more. Whole lot more. You have to, because in the game, Kendra, like, she sees her brother. She sees her brother waving at her. She makes like some passing off comments saying, "Oh, he's dead. I really shouldn't be seeing him." what is going on here. Hammond, we talked to maybe a couple times before he falls off and someone's jamming his communications. So we really don't see his decline into insanity. Isaac, we see a whole lot more because he starts seeing Nicole's video everywhere. He starts hearing Nicole's voice make us whole again.
Over that.
Isaac, it's me. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Nicole?
I also hope that we actually get to see, like, actually, no, we wouldn't be able to, right? Because if we run into Nicole, because she makes the video, spoilers, she makes the video when she's about to die. She's about to unalive herself because she just can't handle the insanity aboard the ship. And best to go out by your own means than by a necromorph. Whole lot less painful. So, yeah, she would need to send him the video. He doesn't actually look at the video until the end of the game. Until realizes, oh no, she's not alive anymore. And also, I would like to delve into, how did Kendra know that Isaac didn't fully watch the video? I assume it was sent just to him. Everybody knows that he was aboard the crew to go see Nicole. I would like to know that. How did she know that, oh, Isaac didn't fully watch that video? Maybe I need to play this and read it again to make sure. But I love that. This is gonna be a very, very special game. Comes out in January. I think usually January is kind of like a slow month, but I'm absolutely going to play this when it comes out in January. Positively. Give it a nice spooky feel too. It's gonna be a very, very, very special game to me.